Hello tankresses and tankers, this is Mouse Hunter from noobclub.net, and today I'm gonna introduce you to the dandy tank BDR G1 B, the French Tier 5 heavy tank.
Let's get this show on the road.
Now what is a dandy tank? It's a great tank, a tank that is easy to play, that won't give you much trouble. The top speed of the BDR G1 B is 30 kilometers per hour. It's not bad for a heavy tank, but the engine could be a little bit stronger. But all in all, it's a well-maneuverable heavy tank. The armor of the BDR G1 B is basically 60 millimeters all around. The turret is a little stronger, 80 in the front and 70 at the sides. The weakest points are the sides of the hull with only 40 millimeters armor. This armor doesn't really sound exciting, but in battle it proves quite strong, and if you know how to angle, some enemies will have trouble penetrating you. As the hull armor of the sides is pretty weak, side scraping should become a habit, a playstyle with this tank. And that is the beauty of this tank. It has one of the biggest guns of a Tier 5 vehicle. 135 millimeters penetration and 240 alpha damage is just beautiful. The only downside of the gun is the reload time. It is 9.5 seconds with 100% crew without any equipment. One of the great things I experienced while battling with this tank is that it is hardly set on fire or even ammo wrecked. An obvious weak point of the BDR G1 B is that huge hatch on the top of the turret. Due to the high profile of the tank, you should seek the high ground in the battle, because otherwise the enemy can shoot you before you can shoot the enemy. Just a tiny interruption. I'd like to ask you to click the like button, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel and become a Noob Club member. Go to noobclub.net/join to gain access to even more videos and to grab some bonuses. Thank you. Now let's continue. With this gun you should be able to deal a nice amount of damage and also do some kills, even in a high tier battle. With 650 hit points, the BDR G1 B can take some punches, which of course depends on the highest tier in the battle.
Penetration. Enemy armor is destroyed.
I just love the BDR G1 B because it is pretty good in everything and it is rather easy to handle. A true dandy tank. Bless my shells, that was a pretty good battle. I mean, all my battles look something like this, so... Are there any doubts? If you just wanted to see how the BDR G1 B performs, you may stop this video now. And I thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Because now I'm gonna talk about the boring stuff, how to equip your tank and how to train the crew. Okay, let's configure our BDR G1 B. One thing that is absolutely essential in my opinion is a medium caliber tank gun rammer, which reduces the reload time by 10%. Because as you know, the only downside of this gun is the reload time. I have an enhanced gun laying drive on my BDR G1 B to speed up aiming, but I don't think that is so essential. Because the aiming time is not really the problem. So I think it would be a better idea to select an improved ventilation class 3, because that gives 5% to all crew members, including the loader. And that is what we want to do. We want to speed up the reload time. So actually I'm going to do this right now. So I have to demount it. Luckily I have some gold. Yes, and we mount that. Okay. I like the toolbox because it really speeds up repairs. So I'm gonna leave that. Let's have a look at the crew. For the commander, I selected 6th Sense, which makes sense because once it reaches 100%, I get a warning whenever I was spotted by an enemy. As second skill, I recommend repairs to speed up repairs even more. One of the most annoying thing is being detracked, so it's important to get your tank back rolling as quickly as possible. So for the gunner, I selected Snapshot, which I think is the only one that really makes sense on a heavy tank. It improves the accuracy during turret rotation, and you know, most of the time you have to turn your turret in order to follow an enemy and then to shoot him. As a second skill, I also recommend repairs. Remember, the more crew members have this skill, repairs, the faster the repairs will be done. So, for the driver, I picked Smooth Ride, because I enjoy firing on the move. There is an alternative. Let's just go here, which would be off-road driving, which is actually, for most players, maybe the better choice, because it reduces the ground resistance. You know, you're not always driving on nice roads. Most of the time it's just some terrain, soft or muddy, whatever. And then your entire tank performs better on a ground like that. Of course, I could select off-road driving as a second skill, or if you take this one as a first skill, then you take Smooth Ride as a second skill, but whenever possible also take repairs. So the radio operator, in my opinion, doesn't have anything interesting, so I selected repairs. You can have a look here. The only interesting skill would be situational awareness, which extends your view range, but I thought this is not crucial on a heavy tank, so I might select that as a second skill. So now let's have a look at the loader. For the loader, I selected Adrenaline Rush, which accelerates gun loading if your vehicle is badly damaged and has less than 10% of its hit points left. And as I said, the BDR G1 B can take quite a punch, so this event may occur pretty often. Of course, there is also interesting skill, or perk in this case, Safe Stowage, which increases the durability of your ammo rack. But the BDR G1 B hardly gets ammo racked. I would not select this as a first skill or perk, not even as second. As second, I would select, again, repairs. If you really enjoy the BDR G1 B and you battle a lot with it, then you will have a third perk sooner or later. And to improve the overall performance of your tank even more, it really makes sense to select the perk Brothers in Arms. But you must keep in mind, it's very important, your entire crew needs this perk, and the entire crew has to reach 100%. Only then all crew members will get a bonus of another plus 5%. I think it's ideal for a third perk. Thanks a lot for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I hope I see you soon at noobclub.net. And take care out there on the battlefields.